Afternoon baseball here on the show. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals. Interleague baseball comes your way next. Danny Duffy will be the starter for the Royals in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
That brings in Tommy Edman. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis, the second baseman, Tommy Edman.
First pitch coming. Here it is. The fastball here as you'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Not where you want the changeup, but he gets away with it for a strike. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Giving chase is Benintendi. He gets there and makes the play for the first out. Now a chance to look at the starting 9 for the visiting St. Louis Cardinals. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, you've really got to be able to appreciate the incredible talent of Paul Goldschmidt. This guy hit over 300 last year, and man, it was impressive. Just hitting over 300 is really something special to look at. He's a consistent hitter. I love watching his approach. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He'll be there again this year if he continues to stay within himself.
Now the pitch. Now time to list the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Jerry Hillsdale.
You know, D-Row, I think Jerry Hillsdale is a very good hitter's umpire. Doesn't give much on the edges. He's going to make you put the ball over the plate.
Oh, I love me some Jerry Hillsdale. You have to come over those 17 inches. He ain't giving you anything on the outside corner, and that's the way it should be.
Merrifield is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Batting third, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
The next to bat for St. Louis, Paul Goldschmidt. First offering on its way. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Now here it comes. Swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. Down in order go the Cardinals. And now the Royals get their first shot in a scoreless ballgame. Jack Flaherty, the California-born right-hander, is on the mound. What's your take on him, Dan?
Big arm here, Jack Flaherty. Call him Jack Flash. This guy throws in the upper 90s, 97 to 100 miles an hour. Great life up in the zone. Good hard breaking ball. He has tremendous mound presence. Gets the ball, throws it in a hurry. There isn't anything really finesse about this guy. One of the top power pitchers in all of baseball.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Well, the key for him on the mound is to keep the ball down. Certainly, hollow of the knee or lower. Sinker changeup guy, if he's going to succeed against this lineup, he's got to keep the ball down.
The 1-2.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Classic slider, down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. As he'll take a look at a high strike here on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball. Hit sharply on the ground and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
That's what you want the guys at the top of the order to do. Set the table for the monsters. 3, 4, 5. Nice piece of hit.
Here's Carlos Santana now as he'll take a look at ball 1. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And there he goes towards second. Bounce it to the left side, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit. The throw to third, and he's safe.
Well, that's an aggressive tactic by the manager right there. You don't see that often. Hit and run this early in the game. That's usually saved for mid to later when you're trying to score some runs. But obviously, they have major respect for this guy on the mound today.
In is Jorge Soler as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. And he's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gone. Line, that's a base hit into left field. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will. And Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by. And up steps Salvador Perez. Popped him up. Molina moving to his left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. A chance now from the K to have a look at the starting 9 for these Royals. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, Sal Perez is definitely a guy to watch right now. He hit over 330 last year. That basically means every third at bat he's getting a hit. Pitchers fear him because he can flat out rake.
And that brings in Hunter Dozier as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1.
Tough situation early out on the mound, but if he can limit the damage right here, might build some confidence and get him rolling.
Tried to get him to go after his slider, but it's 1-1. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
2 down, runners at first and second. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
There isn't a hitter alive that doesn't love hitting in fastball counts like 3-1. It's usually a pretty fruitful count in terms of getting a pitch to drive.
The 3-1, high and deep down the left field line. He set the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Wow, he's looking awfully shaky to start this game, guys. That's 3 hits and a walk, and there's no doubt that he's fighting himself right now. See if he can get this train back on the rails here.
Digging in, the switch hitter, Adalberto Mondesi. And a great chance here for Kansas City to add on in just the first inning. From the belt, kicks and deals, and he fouls this one off.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
The 0-1 offering.
Nope, outside.
2 out, bases loaded. Yanked high and deep down the line in right.
I mean, he's coming right after him, Matty. 3 fastballs in a row.
Got him. So the damage winds up not being as bad as it could have been as they'll strand the bases loaded. The side is retired. Royals settle for just the 1. As we begin the second here in Kansas City, here's Heidi with an update on the weather conditions.
Well, Matt, the grounds crew members that I talked to prior to the game said the weather we're experiencing right now is expected to move on as the game progresses. They said they'll put extra effort into keeping the field dry until this rain dies down. But despite it being a little wet at the moment, we should get this one in uninterrupted.
Let's hope, Heidi, for all of our sake, that Mother Nature takes that front and passes it through without an incident.
At times, you have to stay focused, though. For me, a little dampness, a little rain, a little weather coming through might actually do the infield dirt a little good. Some guys like to keep it bone dry. I like it a little wet. Ball stays down.
Well, that rain is really coming down right now. It's raining cats and dogs. You got to make sure you don't step in a poodle. That's as hard as I've seen it rain all afternoon. Everyone, it's so much harder to concentrate when it rains.
This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Career numbers against Danny Duffy. He's gone 2 for 5. He's taken him deep once. Fouled straight back. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1.
This is why it's so hard to be successful as a hitter when you fall behind in the count. 1 and 2, you're probably expecting some sort of off-speed pitches, but when the pitcher offers up a good hard fastball, it's pretty hard to adjust and catch up to it.
Into the box, Dylan Carlson, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone. And if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Down the left field line and deep. The 0-2 once more. Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1 and 2. One out, nobody on. In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Perez recovers, and the throw to first is there to record the second out.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
So the next to bat will be Yadier Molina, trying to avoid becoming the 3rd strikeout victim of the inning here. He's set. Here it comes. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Hey, a changeup can be a pretty good pitch on the first pitch. Kind of slow down a good fastball hitter.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Molina. The 2-1.
Ball, that's out.
And this one misses inside a ball. He walked him, and they've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count. The ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Next will be the designated hitter, Matt Carpenter. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Has a look, now the pitch. Grounded down the 3rd baseline. This is foul for the first strike.
Yes, I got your attention. Sound good? All right, well, it'll be about 20 minutes.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he lays off for ball 1.
As a veteran out on the mound, that's a pitch that you expect to get a call on. Got to believe he keeps pounding that spot until he builds a rapport with the umpire.
Two balls and a strike to Matt Carpenter. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Has a look, now the pitch. Swing and a liner. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. One left for the Cardinals. They're down 1-0. So here is Nicky Lopez.
The second baseman, Nicky Lopez.
First pitch on its way.
Count 1-0.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
1-1, here it comes. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches base to start out their half of the second inning.
Batting now, the center fielder, Michael.
Digging in now for Kansas City, Michael Taylor. Here's the first pitch to him as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. From the belt, kicks and deals. Fouled away. A runner at first with no outs here. This is well struck, high and deep toward the left field corner. And this one is gone, a home run. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left, and the Royals have moved out to a 3-0 lead.
When you're facing an elite starter, you know runs are going to be at a premium. I don't know if this shakes the starter's confidence, but you know what it does? It certainly boosts the confidence of the guys in your lineup.
With Merrifield next to bat. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Fouled off.
If you're on the mound right here, you got to trust your catcher and execute. You know who's coming up to the plate.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. 2-1. Base is empty here with nobody out. Hit in the air down the right field line. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Goldschmidt in foul ground, and that's the first out of the inning.
So here's how the Cardinals are positioned defensively. And guys, can we lock in on the Gold Glover at third base? I played this position. You got to do so many things. I mean, you have to have just the quickest hands, reacting on one-hop liners. You have to have the ability to take away the bunt, a la Adrian Beltre and Nolan Arenado. You better have a backhand, and not only that, you better have a strong throwing.
Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. Well, Dan, do you agree with the timing of the visit from the pitching coach?
Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with him. Don't like to see that in the second inning, but once he makes sure he's okay physically, I'm sure it'll be just words of encouragement the rest of the way.
So now Carlos Santana, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Santana in front with a 2-0 count.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Still only 1 out in the inning. 2-1 to the Royals' first baseman.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. That 2 back-to-back.
3-1. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Working for the punch out and the offering. Fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
In now, Jorge Soler. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The 0-1 delivery. There's a changeup taken, but it finds the zone on the inside. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. The Royals come up with a pair, however, on this 2-run home run. We played 2. It's now 3-0 Royals. So now into the box is Tyler O'Neill. From the stretch, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
Well located changeup on that one as it catches the black for a called strike.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Pitch popped up. Santana over to his left. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Harrison Bader.
Next, it'll be Harrison Bader. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. A 1-0 delivery. Cardinals have been held out of the hit column here. And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
All even now, 2-2. Pitch on the way. Too high. Ball 3.
You can pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base with the top of the order moving.
The 3-2 pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. He'll squeeze this one for the second out. Top of the order now, and that'll bring in Tommy Edman. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch as it's grounded sharply to first. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Royals 3 and the Cardinals 0. Welcome back to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. We send it down to Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, Royals manager Mike Matheny talked with me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. They've been able to push across 3 runs to this point, but they've also made the opposition work extremely hard. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and they think they're going to have a good opportunity to push across a lot more runs as he tires or as they get into that bullpen.
Thank you, Heidi. Bottom of the third now. And next will be the power hitting catcher, Salvador Perez. Now the pitch. And it's fouled away. And another foul ball. Another 0-2 coming. Fastball just misses. That's ball one.
Boy, that's a great take right there. He might have been frozen by that pitch, but it missed by just enough to give him life in this AB.
And this will kick off the third base bag. And they won't get an out from this as he's able to reach on a play that you just don't see very often.
Now batting, third baseman, Hunter Dozier.
Hunter Dozier digging in now as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball one. Worked a walk in his first plate appearance. Count even now at 1-1. Strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now.
That was an excellent pitch right there. After going soft away, he pounds hard in, and that's a nice pitch.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you think you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
And it's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound, and they are just going to ambush tactics, and it seems to work for them. Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
So now to the plate, Nicky Lopez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The 1-0 misses for the second ball.
Got to find a way to execute either a good fastball down and away or flip something off speed for a strike. You cannot miss over the harder plate in these situations. The hitter is on high alert.
2-1 after the foul ball there. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. And he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. From the belt, kicks and deals.
6 fouls in a row. This is turning into one of those epic at-bats. Who's going to blink first? Is the pitcher going to continue to attack the zone? or is the hitter going to come outside it?
Fouled away.
7 foul balls in a row. Okay, come on now. This is getting a little ridiculous. Don't be shocked if the pitcher throws the rosin bag at this one.
Now another 2-2. Fouled off.
Are you serious right here? This is becoming a joke. 8 foul balls in a row. This guy is in auto swing mode. This pitcher could throw this thing anywhere, and he's pulling the trigger on it.
And it's fouled away. High in the air out to center field. Bader is there, 2 gone.
The center fielder, number 2, Michael A. Taylor.
So next to the plate for the Royals, Michael Taylor. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat. You do not come off the heater. Have to be leery of the off-speed, but stay on the fastball. He's got to throw it again.
We're only in the 3rd inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
Now the 1-0. Misses, ball 2.
I wonder if that homer rattled him a little bit. He's certainly a little bit more cautious against him this time around.
2-0 pitch on the way. 3-0 now.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here and give this guy a pitch and he can hit one out of the park on.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
When a guy homers off you early in the game, the last thing you want to do is challenge him and maybe have him do it again. He was a lot more careful with him there.
Stepping in once again is Whit Merrifield. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up.
As he grounds one briskly to short. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So they pick up no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the Royals 3 and the Cardinals nothing. Now to the plate, Paul DeYoung. He flew out in his last debut.
Paul DeYoung.
Here's the first pitch. As he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
2-0 now. Here's the pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
3 balls and a strike to the Cardinals shortstop.
Yeah, this is one of my biggest pet peeves in the game, when guys get count leverage and take fastballs. It's a game of fastballs. You calibrate everything off the heater. Surprising take right there.
The 3-1, and he fouls this one off.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Merrifield is there, and he has it for the out.
Now back the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
And that brings up Paul Goldschmidt. He's 0 for 1 thus far. set and the pitch. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. No runs, no hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
I know we want to focus on the offense and how bad they've been so far, but can we give some love to the pitcher? He has had these guys in the rocking chair all day.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
And a full count to Paul Goldschmidt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit hard towards second, but this is going to be hauled in out there at second base for out number 2. Base is empty, 2 away, and that'll bring in Nolan Arenado. First pitch on its way. 2 out, nobody on. Hard hit at third. On to first will be in time to get him, and the Royals get a complete game shutout from their starter as this ball game is over. 3-0 the final score in this one today. Kansas City jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Danny Duffy is the winning pitcher of record. Jack Flaherty worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Flezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
You know how Philly means a girl baby fourth, right? There's actually a baseball team called the Phillies. I think you called your voice to me. And they played earlier and they won.
First time?
Yeah. So the Royals just beat the Cardinals.